What is going on, everyone? Last weekend, we had one of the biggest boxing matches of the year, and it didn't disappoint. Let's break down Canelo versus Crawford on JABO. I'm your host, Brendan Bryant. What a freaking fight! I'll tell you what, so much to unpack from this mega fight for the undisputed super middleweight crown. It was great to see the fight on Netflix instead of being behind a gazillion-dollar paywall. I really hope we get to see more boxing cards streamed on Netflix, but to the fight itself. If you were a casual fan, this was a great fight with a lot of action, and if you were a boxing fan, this fight was fantastic. Let's break it down. Terrence Crawford sized up a lot better than most thought. His speed, cardio, quickness, and power didn't deteriorate in the jump to 168, which I thought was a bit shocking. The fight's opening rounds were slow and methodical, as each fighter committed to opposite strategies. Crawford chose to establish his jab and lateral movements early, while Canelo committed to the body. However, Canelo seemed to give Crawford preferred outside foot position to try and close the distance, which you're not really ever supposed to do with a southpaw, and that led to Crawford being able to slip and throw straights easier. The middle rounds were thrilling, as the pace picked up with big bursts of action as both fighters tried to land big shots. Canelo seemed to be bothering Crawford's right side with body shots, but because he relinquished the outside foot position, he was never able to apply sufficient pressure and cut off the ring effectively to attack Crawford's body to do any real damage. This became apparent into the championship rounds as Canelo went from body snatcher to headhunter. Crawford also changed up his style and stood his ground and honestly got the better of Canelo more often than not in the exchanges, landing shots that would knock down 99% of fighters except for Canelo. By the 12th, Canelo was visibly frustrated, deflated, and hurt. Both fighters made it to the bell, with Crawford the clear winner by unanimous decision. What a fight. One of the best I've seen recently, and great respect from both fighters after the bout. Well, there you have it, everyone. Tell me what you thought of the fight in the comments below. Congratulations to Terrence Bud Crawford on being the first 3-division undisputed champion, and congrats to Canelo for a great fight and giving Crawford the opportunity in the first place. Thank you so much for listening to this boxing breakdown on JABO. I'm your host, Brendan Bryan, and I will see you all next time.